I'm Logan Franklin. I'm GAT. I chose GAT Sport because they're a highly established, reputable brand whose mission is to take the athlete to the highest level. This resonates with me because my ultimate dream is to become a Mr. Olympia champion one day. GAT Sport has devoted over 20 years of bringing the highest quality products to the market, focusing on performance and life extension. I am Logan Franklin, the Texas Oak, and I am GAT Sport.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronline Report. Today's guest, you know him, GAT Sports athlete, classic physique superstar, the Texas Oak, Logan Franklin. How you doing, Logan?
What's up, man? Doing all right. How about yourself?
Good. So I was at the Texas Pro and I'm looking all over for you. You weren't there. I'm like, why isn't he here? We're in Texas. And then I look in your Instagram, you're in Mexico City at this big Fit Expo. Looked like you had a great time. So how did that go? The Mexico City Fit Expo.
Oh yeah, it was huge. I was not expecting how big it was. It went great, but I wasn't feeling very well the whole time. Yeah, I was dealing with some problems. I had a stomach bug Thursday night, and like that's the beginning of this. And then the all day Friday, I wasn't even sure I was going to make it there. I tried to sleep during the day to see if it would, it would kind of like chill out my stomach. I didn't realize how bad it was, but it consistently got worse and worse as the days went on. So yeah, nothing but fluids going out the bottom,
Oh, man. And you had to smile and shake hands and take pictures with thousands and thousands of fans for, what was it, 3 days in a row?
Yeah. Not 3 days in a row, but Saturday and Sunday. Okay. I flew in on Friday, got there Friday evening. It was about 10 p.m. when I landed, and then managed to go to sleep. And I was hoping that I would wake up Saturday and it'd be over with, but Saturday was like the beginning of hell.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah. So,
yeah. I mean, how did you, first of all, do you speak Spanish?
I speak only cuss words in Spanish, only like the bad language.
Perfect.
But my fiance was with me, so luckily we were able to navigate our way around.
Okay, cool.
Pretty well. So
yeah. So I mean, the fans were obviously excited to meet you and speak with you. So she was there translating the whole time?
No. A good majority of the fans spoke a little bit of English, much better English than I speak Spanish.
Yeah. And
we had a translator as well that was with me. On Saturday, I had a translator with me the whole day, so he would translate because we had other events as well. It wasn't just meet and greets. I did a conference, I did a posing seminar, meet and greets, and just a whole bunch of fan photos and meeting the fans type stuff.
all with the stomach bug. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a trooper.
I'm telling you, it was the most difficult thing to remain professional and keep a cheerful face and try to have these personable interactions with every one of my fans or just people that were there as fans of bodybuilding. Maybe they had seen me for the first time, So just the whole time, trying to keep that good mood face on, but really internally, I was messed up. I mean, I lost 22 pounds in 4 days. I went from 232 pounds on Thursday to yesterday I was 210 pounds. So I'm finally coming out of whatever the heck I was dealing with. Today is the first day where I actually feel a little bit more normal. So not training. I haven't trained since Thursday. I couldn't even have the energy to go train. I feel so weak and depleted. I actually had to cancel on GAT Sport. I was supposed to fly out to Connecticut the day after I came home from Mexico. So luckily they were understandable with my situation and allowed me to focus on my health and get ready for the Mr. Olympia and then come back at a later date.
Now we can't blame the Mexican water because this happened. It started before you went to Mexico.
Started before I went to Mexico, and it was so out of nowhere that it was just one of those crazy things. Like, how did this happen right now? Perfect timing, but at the same time, the worst timing,
Well, the worst timing could have been the week of the Olympia, in December. So it's going to happen. let's have it happen now and not then, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay. You'll get it right back to it, I'm sure. So I imagine it's like 90% water weight that you lost. I seriously doubt you lost like real muscle tissue. Or if you did, it's going to
Yeah.
bounce back.
Oh, I was panicking for sure, but my coach Milo Sarshev, he was very, very good with how he was telling me, explaining to me. Like you said, it's not muscle that I lost. I lost just a ton of water. I mean, your body's made up 70% of water. So
Yeah.
the fact that I was going to the bathroom literally like nothing but fluids out of the back every 15 to 20 minutes and not able to get any foods down, not able to get really any fluids down either. It was just flushing everything out of me. But yeah, we're over the adversity, makes us stronger, and getting right back on track for the Mr. Olympia here pretty soon in a few days, I hope.
Yeah. Well, just think about your body. You had a cleanse, you detoxed, everything's out of your system.
Not the detox that I was wanting.
No, I know. But I mean, there's a silver lining in everything. All right. Well, this time we want to do some more Q&As because you did very well when we did that last time. And, your fans and the readers of the magazine and the viewers of this, they love to get some insights from people like yourself. So here's the first one. Who better to ask this question? But I'm ready to start incorporating vacuums into my program to get my midsection as small and tight as possible. Do you have a certain protocol you follow, as in how often you do them and how many sets and so on?
Not necessarily a real protocol. Throughout the year, I try to keep my waist tight. I don't just focus on, it's prep time. Now it's time for me to get my waist tight. I try to make sure that my waist is tight year round. So therefore, I know that I'm not allowing my waist to get out of control. But I guess the best time to practice these, especially if you're first starting, would be in the morning on an empty stomach. You could do it bent over like a counter, or you could do it lying down on your back with your feet up, scooted towards your butt.
Yeah.
I think that helps a little bit more as well. And like I said, on empty stomachs is probably the best way to really get that control in the beginning. And then once you get the control and you figure out how to do it, then start doing it with more meals in your belly. So therefore, say towards the evening time and you have 4 or 5 meals in you, you can still control that waist and you can pull in a vacuum, whether it's a deep vacuum like you normally could in the morning, but just getting that waist control with the meals inside you, it will really help.
Well, now do you count like to 30 or 60? Do you time them, or you just do it until it feels like you've been doing it long enough?
Whenever I really practice my vacuums and I'm doing a set of vacuums or sets of vacuums, I guess you could say, I would just slow my breathing down to control my heart rate and then pull a vacuum in, and literally I would hold it as long as I possibly can. Wow. And then the moment that I go, okay, I need to get a breath, I let it out, take one deep breath, and then re-pull the vacuum. So I just continue to do that as long as I can. And what that does is it helps me build more endurance of holding your breath, because that's essentially all you're doing is holding your breath and sucking your stomach in at the same time. And just holding your breath.
It's kind of like you learn how to
hold your breath longer.
Drop
That's the goal.
Vacuum. Okay. Next one is, my goal is to compete in classic physique by fall of 2023 at latest, which gives me plenty of time to work on anything that needs improving. Do you feel there are any specific body parts or muscle groups that I should emphasize more if I want to succeed in that division, classic?
I think it's hard to answer this question. Just based off of the question, I would have to see the physique, because there's not one body part that I believe is more classic than the other. I mean, I guess you could say, ooh, why lats? That's very classic because you can have the taper as well. But whenever I think of classic, I don't think of, having one dominant body part over any other. I think about having a physique that flows timelessly with itself. I think the proportions need to be correct. I think that every muscle needs to be there. So to be the best classic physique artist that you can be, I would say pose often, look at your physique unbiasedly, not that you're looking at yourself, but how can this physique be better? What muscle groups are there? What is not? And then figure out your lagging body parts and start targeting them first. And then once you bring up your lagging body parts, and once you have everything, then you start thinking about, okay, now how do I get this proportion physique where I like it to get bigger? And then that's how I developed my physique.
Right on. Next one is about your son, Reese. Ready? Here we go. He's still very young. What is he? He's 2?
2 years and 3 months now.
Oh, you're still keeping track of the months at this stage.
I know.
At
Until
least
you start talking.
At least you don't go, he's 51 months, and then make people have to start doing math. I hate when people do that.
He's 51 months. I wouldn't be able to think that fast.
I know people who do that. So,
oh my gosh, too much.
Curious about whether you want him following in your footsteps in 2 areas. 1, would you be on board with him joining the military? 2, what if he wants to become a pro bodybuilder or classic physique pro, or something in that realm?
I really want my son to find his passion, whether that's joining the military, following my footsteps, doing that, and then getting into bodybuilding, or just going straight into bodybuilding, is not necessarily what I think he needs to do. Like I said, I want him to find his passion, whether that's through any other sport, or maybe it's picking up a book, becoming some crazy billionaire genius guy, whatever his passion is, like that's what I want him to chase.
Yeah.
But, I am all for, helping him with this journey if that is his decision. Yeah. Military wise, honestly, the military was going in a weird direction whenever I was getting out of the military. And I really see it now with, all the wokeism, the things that's happening. I don't want to get too crazy political on here because I already know I'll get canceled real quick by some people.
Sure.
But yeah, it's hard to say I would want him to do something. Like, I want that for you. You have that experience. Yes, the military experience is, in my opinion, one of the greatest that you can experience as a young man. It helps you learn discipline. It helps you find that camaraderie, brotherhood that honestly I still can't find to this day. I have few civilian friends, but I still look back and I go, damn, when people say these are your brothers, now wait until you don't see them anymore, and then you go and look back and say, I can't find that friendship anymore. It's kind of difficult, but yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Well, I mean, you also served during wartime, which is different than when there's, like, right now there's really nothing going on, thank God. But yeah, when they say brothers and brotherhood and camaraderie, I'm sure it's much more applicable during combat and warfare than regular times when, I don't know, there's nothing else going on. But good answer. Yeah. Here's something you said in a recent IG post the other day, something that resonated with me. You said there are no limits, only plateaus. Can you explain what that means to you? So
whenever I say no limits, only plateaus, it's just about always trying to find a way to improve. That's actually partially a quote by Bruce Lee, and I just used it. And it fits very well with how my thinking is. And that's just the mindset of a champion. Never allow yourself to think that you're getting to a point and you can no longer get any better. You can't be a better man or whatever you're at, whatever craft you've chosen in life. There's always something you can do to improve. And that's also another aspect that, I learned in the military is you can always do something and be better. And, it's just one of those characteristics that do cross over and they translate in life with everything. Having a never quit attitude, and whenever you go for something, you really go for it. So having a plateau is just that. It's a plateau. It's something like, okay, I may be stuck here, but like I said, you have to figure out ways. How can I get better? Like Bruce Lee would also say, find something, little things that can make you, write down everything that makes you better at one specific goal. And then how do I get 1% better at each one of these things every single day? Just 1% better every day at something. And then eventually it's going to compound and you're going to create this life for yourself. You're going to become whomever you're supposed to become. And that's just the way that I view things.
Favorite Bruce Lee movie? Go.
Favorite Bruce Lee movie? I would say The One. Is that what it is? Is it The One? Where he has, there's so many different universes, and he has to go through and kill himself, and then he gains more power.
That's
I
Jet
haven't
Li.
seen it. That's Jet Li.
That's Jet Li.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Bruce. I think
Jet
Bruce
Li.
only made like 4 movies before he died, so there
Then
wasn't.
I don't have a favorite Bruce Lee movie.
I'm gonna give you. Okay, well, if you're gonna watch one, Enter the Dragon. That's the
Into the
one.
Dragon.
Oh my goodness,
Into the
Enter the
Dragon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get roasted for that.
you're a young cat, but Enter the Dragon was the shit. Let me tell you. All
Was
right.
it? Okay, I'll check that one out.
Okay.
Forgive me in the comments for I have sinned.
It's okay. I mean, not everyone's a Bruce Lee fanatic. Here's a good one.
I like his mindsets. I like Bruce Lee's mindsets. He has some very good quotes to read, to relate to, and to digest and think about. So
yeah, he was definitely way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Nutrition time. Here we go. My schedule at work is so erratic. I end up missing solid meals a few times a week. I've thought about meal replacement powders, but I've heard various experts and coaches say you have to get all your meals in solid form. What's your take on that?
I don't believe you have to have all your meals in solid form. I think that it can only make you get burnt out if you're not used to eating only 5 or 6 solid meals a day. And it might eventually in the long run make your digestive tract, get a little bit like another word than burnt out, but burnt out,
It's a lot of work.
So it's a lot of work on your digestive tract, always trying to digest solid food. So it's good to have a shake or 2 shakes a day. I consistently have 2 shakes every day, all the way up until, the final couple of weeks of prep. And then I will start adding in more meals instead of those shakes. But I mean, the shakes work very well for me. I don't necessarily go for the meal replacement bulk shakes, the ones that have all the crazy calories in.
Right.
I would much rather have a lean protein like our whey matrix at GAT Sports, just a lean protein, and then add in my own ingredients, like add in my own banana, add in my own oatmeal, almond butter or peanut butter. What else could you add in there? What are those things called? I can't think right now. Sorry, there's no water in my brain still.
I've seen it on your YouTube channel. You show.
Yeah, I've posted so many videos of this, but adding in, my own ingredients to create your meal replacement shake. So therefore, it's not just, it's all powder, but no, it's just a whey protein shake, and then all the other stuff is wholesome, nutritious calories. So it's still a clean meal, and your body uses the food, and it's effective.
Yeah, I've seen, I can't recall what, but I remember you putting like 4 or 5 different things in on top of the whey protein.
Yeah, I do some stuff. I put glutamine in there as well.
Yeah.
Damn, what is it?
Flaxseed oil or something. I don't know. It was crap.
It's the crunch. It's the crunch. It's crunchy. I have a brain fart right now. It's really bad.
Okay.
I'm
Dude,
sorry.
you just lost 22 pounds. I get it. All right, well, that's okay. Let's talk about arms. Your arms are absolutely insane. I know genetics play a key role, but what are some things you've learned about arm training that have helped you get yours to the level they're at right now?
Just working every head of every muscle. You've got 2 bicep heads. You got your short head and your long head. Which one needs to be developed? This goes back to what I said earlier, looking at your physique, understanding your physique, not just looking at yourself and going, oh, this is a great physique, and not accepting any kind of change is needed. But breaking down what's actually there and saying, okay, look, this muscle right here needs to come up a little bit more. This one can kind of stay the same for a little bit, but if this one came up, the shape of my arm would change tremendously. See, this is the artistry of bodybuilding. This is what they talk about whenever they're saying sculpting your physique, chasing the quality, not just the quantity. Because a lot of guys, even in the open division, they'll have big arms, but incomplete arms. It looks crap. You can have a small arm, but if you have everything there, it will look so much better than just a big arm. So always looking for ways to proportionate your physique, make sure everything is there, because when everything is there, that's true bodybuilding.
Yeah. Did you have an imbalance where you said this head is behind the other one, or my biceps are ahead of my triceps, or vice versa?
Of course, like my long head bicep, I would need to work on it more than my short head tricep, or maybe my medial tricep could come up a little bit more to make my long head kind of stick out a little bit more. And then just understanding what shape am I trying to have? You know, how round do I want my arms from the outside? If they want them to be round from the outside, okay, I need more short head tricep. I need more brachialis, more brachioradialis in the forearm and in between the tricep and bicep. That'll make the arm more round, okay?
Yeah.
Or if I want my arms from the front to show more, what muscles are showing from the front? You have your medial tricep, your long head tricep, and you have your short head bicep. What from there is underdeveloped or lagging or whatever words you want to use, and how do I fix it, and how is it going to change my shape?
Yeah. So would like technique ever an issue for you? Like a lot of guys, it takes them a while to figure out, maybe I should go lighter and really squeeze. I'm just really throwing weight around. Did you always have a real good connection with that? Or were you one of those guys that was kind of heaving weight around at one point earlier in your career?
Well, you see, I've never been a guy that's heaved heavy weight around. That's not my training style. Now, I do use heavier weight, but I use realistic weight with what I'm training. I will always tell someone to go lighter before I tell them to go heavier. You know, I always preach aim for the form, squeeze the muscle, and then start incorporating heavier weights. Once you perfect that form and you perfect that mind to muscle connection, then your body will actually grow and develop and progress. Because bigger is not better. You know, if you were just slinging around heavier weight, yes, your muscle is going to grow, but you'll just be a bigger version of your current self. And that's not getting better unless your physique is already completed in the proportions the way you want it. And then that may work for you, you know, or unless your genetics are just so freaking crazy, like Ronnie Coleman or something, and it just works for you, you know. But I'm not saying Ronnie Coleman.
I doubt anybody
watching.
Like yeah, nobody watching this has Ronnie Coleman genetics, unless Ronnie, unless you're watching. But,
unless Ronnie's watching right now.
Milos always says, squeeze the juice out of the lemon. That's how hard you should be squeezing the muscle when you train it.
Oh man, I squeeze to the maximum. I squeeze every single muscle, whether it's a bicep, a tricep, a quad, a hamstring, my back. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm completely locked into that muscle, and I don't lose the tension from the moment I grab that weight to the moment I let go of the weight.
Fair enough. And your final question. I keep hearing about intra-workout nutrition, but I'm not sure if I need it or not. I've been doing fine all this time with just cold water or occasionally a Gatorade. Am I missing out on anything?
I think you're missing out on a whole lot of untapped gains because the most important time of the day is the nutrition that is going in and around your workout. You'll hear every bodybuilding legend talking about it. Everyone that's done something and knows something, they'll talk about it. And introducing those intra-workout shakes is just one of the most easiest ways to be able to access that. And I drink intra-workout shakes because it's all carbohydrates. You can also add glutamine in there for more recovery, gut health, things like that. But just adding that carb source in there to establish more glycogen storage, you know, that will help you get a longer lasting pump, a bigger pump, and the nutrients are already going into the muscle. So therefore you're recovering from set one rather than you're waiting until you get home and then you're recovering. Like I always say, your recovery starts after set one. So the moment you finish set one, you can start drinking on your nutritious shake, and then the calories are going in while you're squeezing the blood into the muscle, and that's the best way that you're going to see even more progress. And people will always be like, "Oh, this guy's a bodybuilder. He uses steroids. He doesn't use all these products." But that couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, professional bodybuilders, we do use steroids. It is what it is, but that's not saying that we don't use all of these products that help us as well. Whey proteins, glutamines, intra workouts, pre-workouts. Sometimes I don't always take pre-workouts, but I do when necessary. Intra workout drinks, gut health, products, healthy other products like heart health, liver health, kidney health. All these different things are things that I focus on as well, because it's not just shoving something in your body and that's going to be the end all be all,
So what goes in? What do you drink while you train? Is it mainly just Was it carbotine? Is that what the
So right now, my intra-workout shakes are 2 scoops of carbotine, which is 62 grams of carbs. I prefer the grape flavor. It's fantastic. And then I mix it with 20 ounces of ice cold water, or I will mix it with 12 ounces of ice cold water, and I'll add, or excuse me, 8 ounces of ice cold water, and then I'll add 12 ounces of Body Armor, which is similar to a Gatorade or Powerade, except it doesn't have the artificial flavoring, the added sugars. It's natural sugars. It also has coconut water, so it pH balances your body. It's better electrolytes, and it just tastes really good. So you can also you can figure out which flavors will go with the flavor of carb powder you have. Or some people they prefer flavorless carb powder, and then they'd rather have their flavored EAAs, or like we have flex EAAs with hydration. You could put that in there as well if we had flavorless, and it would mix right in. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't do the EAAs, the essential amino acids, during your workout, or you do?
I do before my workout.
Okay.
I do before my workout, and then I do it, or just before my workout, and then I do my carbotine during my workout.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point about the flavors, because these things, a lot of times you'll see people like, I've tried combine like grape and then strawberry kiwi, and boy, let me tell you,
too much flavor.
Stomach
too
does
much
not,
flavor. Yeah, you gotta keep it simple. What I like to do is I'll drink my intra workout in between my sets. I'll take a gulp, and then I'll immediately chase it down with water. So the water just clears everything out. You don't have the supplementy taste if you don't like that.
Yeah.
You're not breathing the flavor. You're you're getting what's needed, and then you're getting the freshness of the water right behind it, and then you can instantly start focusing on your next set. This is the best way that I've found. This is the best way that works for me. So I would give it a try.
That's why I come to you. Pro tips for these people. Pro tips.
Oh yeah, pro tips.
Who would have thought of that? Okay, I wouldn't have even thought of that one. I thought I had all the hacks, but not that one.
All the hacks, man. I've got all the hacks. I tell you, I give out too much information sometimes. They gotta go follow my YouTube channel, because I'm always giving out all these high quality secrets, and then I'm going, oh, why am I doing this to myself? Everyone's gonna know how I'm making these progress.
Yeah, and then we got like 40 new classic physique pros coming out of the woodwork every 2 days now.
Oh my gosh,
crazy!
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so many pro cards going out now.
Every show I go to, the classic physique is loaded with people.
That's the hot division. I'm telling you, that's everyone wants to have that classic aesthetic shape. The mass with class. They want to do bodybuilding, but they don't want to have that chemical warfare involved with it. So a lot of people want to do this, but they also want to live a healthier lifestyle as well, because bodybuilding is looked at like it's such an unhealthy sport, because it, from the outside looking in, it can very well look that way. But it doesn't have to be. Like I say, like, it doesn't have to be. You could be focusing on other things, like taking products, like I said, that I take products for your heart, products for your livers, your kidneys, making sure that all your organs are properly, getting your blood work done regularly, making sure that your levels are in check, making sure nothing's out of balance, and then going from there. Then that will tell you also if the gear that you're taking is quality, or worth it. You don't have to take all these things, because it can be detrimental to your health, especially. So
100%.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that is all I had for you, Logan. Man, I hope you gain the 22 pounds back very, very soon. You got 4 months to play with her. I think you're going to be okay.
Oh yeah. Very, very scary situation for me. I was, like I said, I was panicking, because you're just seeing the weight come off, and I felt like two completely different people from Thursday to yesterday. And but damn, it's just one of those things, adversity.
Well, I mean, what a lesson you had. That reinforces how to be a true professional, that you were handling all the fans and doing all your responsibilities down there in Mexico, while you were internally dealing with your guts doing flip-flops, and you had to run to the toilet.
Oh man, I was miserable the entire time. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. And I definitely needed to do that. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. Unfortunately, I couldn't follow through with my word with GAT. I had to cancel that trip, but we'll be making that up in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
So hell yeah.
Well, everyone, you can check out Logan's YouTube channel. It's called Logan Franklin, right?
Yeah, simple enough. Just search my name.
And the Instagram is just Logan Franklin too, isn't it?
Just Logan Franklin as well. Yeah.
Why make it complicated? And people will
Why
never
make
find you.
it complicated?
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Logan. Feel better. Get back to being swole very, very soon. I know you will.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for watching Ronline Report with the Texas Oak, Logan Franklin. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.